What's up YouTube, Barcode here. Today I'm bringing another Dragalia Lost video. This video is going to be about how to co-op efficiently. There's a lot of issues that I see with co-op with players that I just wanted to put out a video just to explain the best way to actually co-op. So co-op is good because you can actually defeat bosses that you can't really take with just a team of your own. You might not have the resources yet, they might not be strong enough, might not even have the right characters. This way, with co-op, you control one character, the AI isn't screwy when you're the rest of your team, and you're playing with 3 other players that hopefully know how to play it efficiently. So that's why I'm bringing you this video. I'm going to show you my team right now and just show you the total might that I have on my team. Right now it's at 87-88, so essentially I can defeat or enter any level that's on expert, maybe like dragons or something like that, and that's what I'm going to show you. So the problem with having your own team and being able to enter, even if your might is big enough, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be victorious. A lot of the AIs, for example Chloe or Cleo for example, she's my healer. So she has 2 skills. She has a heal, she has a shield, and once I level her up in mana crystals, her skills get stronger. Obviously, I'm waiting to. I'm actually farming the Dark Dragon to get her heal up to level 2, which is a bigger heal, and it also cleanses paralysis. So she'll be good to use. However, her AI doesn't really use it right off of cooldown with the heal and especially the shield. I can switch to her non-stop and she still has the shield up. So the AI of the characters definitely needs a rework. I'm going to be doing a quality of life video probably in the next video or 2, just to explain the things that I see that could improve the game as a whole, but that's for another video obviously. So this video is just going to be about co-op. So I'm going to try to find a Dark Dragon in the 7,000 range, which for me in Dark Dragon on auto I can only defeat the 4,000 rank. So right now, I mean, with 87-88 might, I can defeat Zodiac's Trial Standard on auto. And that is, you know, I can get these dragon scales, the dark ones, but I need the higher level up to increase for mana crystals. So I need to do 7,000 to get that the higher material, which is here, the dark scale. Okay, so I need to do co-op. I need competent players that know how to do it efficiently, and I'm going to show you what I mean by that. So I found a room for co-op for Dark Dragon. The best characters to actually use in co-op right now are healers and ranged characters. Melee characters in co-op, it's very hard, especially the higher levels when we're not, you know, geared to a higher standard. Using melee characters, it's just hard to take less damage. When you're playing with ranged, it's easy to stay back and be able to dodge certain skills. There's a couple different things that with co-op that a lot of people need to understand, and that is with if you're the leader of the co-op and you actually die and you still have 3 members up, don't necessarily leave. When you leave, it ends the actual co-op, and there's still a chance that your team might actually win. So I mean, you gotta just play it out. Let your teammates play it out. I've done it so many times where I've actually beaten the dragon with 3 players up. You don't necessarily need to quit once you die. But that's just one of the reasons that I'm making this video, is because people don't know when they quit they actually die, unless I gotta get used to getting the mic, using the mouse. But it's just you gotta let your teammates play. Some other things. When you're melee, I mean, it's hard to dodge out of the way. It's just using melee and being able to stay at a range. It's much more beneficial. I mean, you can see the actual skills that the dragon's casting. You know, he does these dashes, and you can actually do this without a healer. You don't even need a healer, as long as you know raid mechanics and you know how to actually defeat the dragon without taking the least amount of damage possible, and you'll be able to win. I mean, you don't necessarily need to just pick your highest champion. I've seen 1800 rangers, like marksmen in here, like just being able to do it, and then you get your materials that you need, and then you can get stronger. So this looks like it's going to be a win, but you never know. I'm using a if anybody's curious, I'm using LD Player for the UI for this game to play on the PC, and I'm also I have it on highest resolution, and I'm using this rotation control app that makes it widescreen. Looks really nice in this game, but there you go. Playing with a ranged is much more beneficial in co-op than using melee. It's just when you're right on the dragon, you're taking hits. A lot of these are instant cast, so I mean, you need that half a second to be able to dodge out of a skill. Let's see what I get. That's exactly what I needed. Thank you. Now that I talked about the issues with co-op a little bit, I just want to show you the three main characters that you want to start with in this game to put all your resources into. The first one would be your actual quest line leader, somebody that you take everywhere, and preferably that's either going to be a tank or a melee, and their actual roles I can just tell you in a second. Let me get to my collection. So it's either going to be like an attack type or a defense type. For example, you start out with your main character, which is Yuden, or whatever your in-game name is. He's an attack unit and he's melee. They do, when you're on auto, and you're farming, and you're not looking at your phone or your PC as much and not doing other things while you're farming, you want melee characters. The reason being is they actually do more damage just auto attacking than any other class, and they have a lot more AoE of effect swinging, and it does more damage and clearing more faster. The best one that I've actually seen is not the attack type or the defense type. It's actually the dagger support types, which, for example, I was using Orion, the Dark Orion, for a while, but since this new water raid is coming out, I started building Luther, which is the water support unit. He's a dagger type, and the main reason I built him, which I'm going to be trying him out, I wish I had a water ranged unit for the new raid, but I don't, so I'm just going with him for now. But his second skill lowers the enemy's strength by 5% without fail, so it doesn't fail. Okay, so this lowers the attack of the enemy, which I think will be useful in a raid. This is the one water character that I thought that could actually benefit the team. Another one was her, which was Alisan. They actually give you that, and this increases the team's strength by 10% for 15 seconds. I think that would be useful too. And it also increases the HP of your whole team on her passive. So she would be another good example. But again, they're both melee, and in a raid, I feel like range is going to be a lot better. But you got to do what the game gives you. Okay, so I went with the Luther because of just that lower strength debuff that he can put on the enemy. Your main leader that you want to be using when you're on auto and farming is a melee character. Okay, Second, for raids, definitely like I showed you in the co-op, and you know, mainly for co-op, not just raids, but anything that you have to do manually, and working with other players that you don't necessarily know half the time, I would definitely go with a ranged character. Either it's a mage or a healer. I went with the Luca, who the game gives you for free. She was just easy to skill up. The light day was the second day, so I farmed that, built up the mana crystals, and it turned out to be really well. He doesn't have too much area of effect damage, but the single target nuking capability that Luca has is amazing. Does a ton of damage. So for co-op, definitely go with like an archer. Now for your the friend list, the healers, that's what I would actually prefer when I look for, when I'm going down my friends list and I need the extra support, maybe in the quest line in the hard category. I like to go for the healers, just for the extra 3 heals. I mean, that's huge when it comes to in the lines of harder difficulty. Healing in this game, unless you have a nat 5 who's really strong and you built up the mana crystals extremely, the heals don't heal for much. So having the ability to have 3 extra heals on your team from a friend is super beneficial. So I mean, I would definitely recommend, we're all building damage dealers. We have them, okay? I mean, we don't really need them as a friend. Yeah, I mean, you're probably showing off if you're not. If you have a damage dealer in there and it's a nat 5, you just want to show what your best character is. I would recommend putting in a healer. Now, when you, like I said in my last video, if you don't friend someone and you're just asking for support from someone in a quest line, you only get 1 ability from them. But if you friend them and it's your friend, you can use that ability up to 3 times. So having an extra heal 3 times is definitely the way to go for me. So that's all the time I have in this video. I just want to do a quick video about co-op, and also the 3 main roles you should definitely build first before anything else. I'm currently got my Halidom working on level 5. Hello, click click click, come on UI, there we go. So level 5. Oh my goodness, come on Nintendo and side games. Alright, so it's working up to level 5. I could finish it, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to save some of my Weirmite. Somebody got me on saying worm. If you know me from other games, my pronunciation of words is definitely way off, and I know that, and I'm cool with it. Okay, so Diamantium and Weirmite, I could do this, but I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm gonna wake up in the morning. It's gonna be at half already, and I'll save some gems. So I'm not in a rush to do it tonight. But I got facility level 200. Once you level up, the best way to get to the higher levels of that of your facility level, just keep farming nonstop. You're gonna get new buildings. You're going to, once you complete the quest line, you're gonna be able to build these sword dojos. All the dojos, the sword. Let's see. There's the bow, the dagger, and every single weapon. Just being able to build them once is just going to increase your facility level. And like I said in the last video, get that Halidom up, get the Smith up, get it to level 6 so you can start crafting level 5 weapons, 5-star weapons, okay? But yeah, that is my video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.